Lola bad. Y'all have tried. It's like I knew the kids that I had that was ghetto, and I tried to talk to them like a sensible teacher, but no, they needed to be cussed out. I don't curse, so I couldn't do that. But I did talk to them straight. Look, you finna get kicked all the way up out my class. I'm not finna keep playing with you.
I think that you were
aggressive.
What's that word? No, it's not aggressive. You were being insensitive to their cultural.
I don't care about that culture.
Cultural climate.
The new climate that you're in most of the day is school. Acclimate.
Holy Spirit, activate.
No, that's not it. That's not it at all.
That's a hot bit. I'm Joy.
And I'm eating.
I'm finna kick all them popcorns in the next room.
Oh. There's only 3 left.
But anyway, you didn't do the intro right. I'm Joy.
Can you clap?
I'm Joy.
And I'm Tease.
Joy and Tease talk mindset. We are finding joy in the struggle. Okay, you went from eating to drinking right when you know it's your turn to talk.
It was like right there.
Because you shouldn't have been eating.
I was hungry. So, what are we talking about today? I know, it's because you let these ratchet... Y'all. Not only is my chair squeaking from overuse, it's also... Oh, not it. I went to use our board that we use for business.
You know what? Let's not go there. Okay, let's get back to the show.
And the dry erase markers then dried and erased. You can't use them no more.
Come back.
Can you explain to us why the dry erase markers are all used up?
My grandbabies had to come over and they were locked in the house all day. And they were so great at drawing the snake that they had seen out in the yard.
Oh, so we did not have crayons?
It's a dry erase board. Why would they have crayons?
They need to use their own paper and crayons.
But they wanted to do like a show and tell. And so Gigi's going to do that. But
crayons.
I'm going to buy a new set that they can't get to. That was my bad. I'm going to get a set that stays put up.
And we talk about how she treats us. Let that have been one of us.
They grown. They know better. These are babies.
They know better. They had those crayon dry erase markers. Where are they?
Oh, you know what? They do. They're put up somewhere.
Oh, your bad.
I forgot. Yeah.
All right. So what are we talking about today?
You told me that this was going to be a question and answer session. You told me that you wanted to ask some questions.
Oh, no. It's not question and answer.
I am so tired of that chair. You need to quit moving. Get still. Do you know what? I had a great time coaching today. It was a good day. I don't know why I did. I've had this whole thing today that was like working in a fog where you don't feel like doing anything, but you're still going through your list.
That was me Monday.
Yeah, but you were drunk. Okay, not from wine, but she was drunk from, we started from Bay Area, Palm Bay, Florida at 2:00. And we didn't get home in the afternoon. We didn't get home till the next day at 6:45. And that was us taking turns driving through the night.
It was an adventure.
It was more than an adventure. Did you see when we got to Alabama, got on these back roads? Guys, it was just worse than the worst. So, wow.
So we get to a gas station, right? A whole gas station. There are no pumps at this gas station. There's no lights on inside of the gas station. But the gas station got about 15 people parked over there.
That was strange.
And they sagging. And what else was going on?
There was a lot of traffic in and out.
And everybody had a luxury vehicle from the 80s with spinners.
They were old. That's like old Lexuses.
And BMWs the world? Where are we? And Pastor talking about some God knows. We terrified. We don't know where we at 11 o'clock at night.
It was late. It might have been even later than that.
It was just a lot.
It was a lot happening. But we made it home. And so she had not slept, and you had some more certification classes to take. And so she didn't go to sleep. So she was drunk on Monday.
I was toe back in the head.
But what a wonderful trip. I can't express how rewarding it was to just say, when you get people out of a conference environment and people are real people.
Yes.
When you sit down at the table with them in their own house, it's just a different feeling. When you meet their spouses and watch them play off each other, I thought that was cute.
What was the greatest experience? You only get one.
There were so many.
No, you only get one. It has to be the best. She don't know the real meaning of best. Yeah. Best means just one.
Okay. So what was the best? What?
Experience.
Walking on the beach.
Okay.
Holding barefoot. Jumping over fish. Dead pieces of fish.
That was so cool.
Wasn't it?
It was so neat.
I don't know how to explain, y'all. It was just like something you feel like you were in a movie. But I was there with a woman that I know that cares about me. That it was just a nice, intimate moment. And she was just sharing her journey. We was just walking. We didn't even... We walked a long time before we just stopped and said, oh, maybe we should go back.
Yes. Context. We went to Florida in order to interview Rachel Hauck.
Correct.
And she actually, we were just going out there to just do a simple blog kind of thing. But she actually opened up her home to us.
Yes.
And in the middle of renovations. So that was awesome.
Welcome. They're taking out the walls, redoing the floors. They had already gotten the popcorn ceiling off.
It was beautiful.
To even hear the story of the house, how they got into it. Yes. What a testimony.
Yes. So we're just kind of recapping, guys. This is a part of our struggle. One of the things that even motivated you to do this was because of your struggle in the writing process, connecting with the right people, I guess you could say, and then actually having the, gall. I don't know. Is that what the word I want to use? To go in and say, it's not enough for me to learn from you. I want to even pour back into you. I want a real relationship with you and not something that's superficial. So that's the context of what...
And integrity.
Yes.
That's so, as we're talking about with our clients all the time, what are your values? Mm-hmm. What motivates you? And here it is. Now, my journey with Rachel started long before then. Mm-hmm. Going to the conferences and her being in the band and just praising, worshiping God like that. But had we ever just sat down, just she and I? No, we just had those, always had moments. Yeah. Then when I went looking for a writing coach, I went through my book therapy, not knowing I was going to be teamed up with Rachel. Not knowing. So when Susie Maynell put me with Rachel and as my coach, and she looked over my work and then decided to work with me. Then when her time was done with me, she was like, no, I really feel led to continue on with you. I want to see you. I just want to walk with you to publication. Yeah. With one of the big, because yes, I was self-published and I was small press published, but she was just like, I want to see you make it to the big 5. And she first of all, y'all, if y'all like me, y'all be thinking, yeah, that sound good. People say things in the moment. Well, if you know my biases, you'll see I've got that minus there. And so I have these protective walls, or I've had experiences in my past that make me say, let me put a gate up. People mean well, but they generally don't live up to what they say. Yes. I can truly say she made a believer out of me. Okay? I didn't even say it. Forgot all about it. So, I can truly say she made a believer out of me, that she got in touch. What are you doing? let me see a chapter. And so we just kept doing that back and forth. And anytime I contacted her, reached out to her, this woman would respond back, even if it took a little while. Like if she's working on it, she'll let me know, hey, it might be a little bit before I can get back to you. But she did. And something came to my mind one day. I hate being a taker. And I just feel like a taker sometimes. You know what I mean? So I was just like, it really means a lot to me. And I remember being not offended, but I remember questioning when someone was on social media talking about how I was such a good friend of theirs. But I knew this person didn't know my middle name.
I don't know your middle name.
Yes, you do.
Oh.
Oh, y'all, she went too far there. So, didn't know my middle name. And I really didn't want that spoken. I was like, if it bothered me, and I call this woman a great friend, why have you invested? Because where your treasures are, that's where your heart is. Have you ever thought to go to her?
Yeah.
Build this thing. Be who you say you are. And so when I asked her, and I asked her, and there was a couple others that I asked, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because in my writing journey, I still remember another one that I asked was when she contacted me out of the blue. This is another writer. We hadn't been able to get anything solid yet, but she had prayed for me. Yeah. So that was another writer I wanted to go and meet with. And then there's another one that even when we were doing, we would be driving to Dallas and we'd pull over and we'd do those videos. And she got on there with me. Anytime I asked her to come in and puts out books, great author. I love her books. Medieval. Those are the three people.
Oh, and we were doing Joyful Moments with Joy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Before we even did this, when we would be on the actual road going.
When I got attacked by longhorns.
Exactly. Yeah, those are some good videos. You got to go all the way back and find those, but they're good. So of the three, I was just like, I really wanted, they touched my life in a special way. And I reached out to her and she instantly, Rachel was like, what? Come on. You can stay with me. I'm going to bring my daughter. It's okay. She was going to make room. But then we wound up making a vacation out of it because I was mentally tired.
It was not a vacation for anybody but you. I want you to stop calling it that.
Well, it was like kind of mini. We took a day. It
was your vacation.
Yes.
And it's okay for it to just be your vacation.
Okay. I'll take that. I was mentally tired. I was just at a place in my life where I just couldn't give anymore to anybody. And so I just needed a day. And I really felt like I got that day when we was driving down. And then we stayed in the hotel. Me and my husband went walking. And then we came back. We went to eat and came back. We drove the next day. And then we had a great day when we got there that night. And then the next day. But then we went home. Rachel was so tired. I was like, girl, we're leaving. And it was so sweet. Just me and my hubby. Tease was back in her room. But we watched a movie. And then I was like, oh, let's go walking. We went walking. It was, I needed that.
My pastor didn't sleep the night before, guys, because he said he was in a neighborhood. And he's not used to being in an Airbnb neighborhood. Yeah. So the day that she's talking about, that she's referring to, I was like, okay, great day, did my hair. That's why my hair looked like a football helmet. Because the mousse didn't work. It didn't take like it should have. Anyway, so I'm in the back room making sure I transfer over my video footage because I've had times where I've lost everything. So I had like 15 backups. So I'm doing that. I come out, it's quiet, everybody gone. Phone's in the house. But you was nerved up the night before because you was in a neighborhood. But I'm supposed to be okay with y'all just picking up and leaving. Didn't say, Tease, we gone. We finna go walking. None. Everybody just gone. How I know it wasn't a murder? And they was just waiting on me to come out.
Yeah. Sorry. You really need to be writing fiction.
I digress.
No, y'all, she needs, her mind be going places I ain't never thought of. You really need to write fiction.
I'm not.
You need to.
I'm not.
I'm telling y'all, she needs to.
So, you're on your vacation.
Yes.
You're enjoying time. So what was that one experience that would just top them all? You said the beach.
The beach.
Why?
Because it was everything. You had the sound effects. You had people out on I think in my mind just said beaches is vacation. Mm-hmm. But I had Rachel to myself, and it was just easy conversation. And she was just sharing some of her own trials during her writing. And because I even wanted to know about her journey with the wedding dress and how she told that story. That was so beautiful, but it encouraged me.
So that was your joy this week or this weekend, past weekend. What was your struggle?
Coming back to the reality of to produce. Because you in that moment you're encouraged by their story. But they did it. Now what you gonna do? So I won't even lie, you kind of get that little heaviness about it. Eliminates excuses because you ain't the only one that's going through things.
Yeah.
So now get in here and do the work beyond how you feel. I hate failure. I can't tell you how much
So failure.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Now, if it's failure on my own, that's one thing. But more so failure because they believe in me. And the more I know a person, the more I feel it. Because now I don't want to fail. I have too many people working with me and wishing me the best. Susie Mae joined us for breakfast.
So awesome. Oh, we had so much fun.
We were there for hours. Oh, that was a great. Wait a minute. I'm sitting up here. Susie Mae has her green drink. Oh, let me try that. She's dumping her drink into my coffee. Let me try it. We are having a blast.
And they're loud. And y'all know how I am. They are so loud. People trying to have their own conversation and they looking over like, what in the world? I was like, oh my gosh. But you know that.
Baby, let me tell you something. We had a good time. We had our daughters there. And we talked life coaches. We talked mindset coaching. We talked publication. We talked books. It was just a writer's dream.
Her daughter was awesome.
Yes.
Sarah is her name, right?
Mm-hmm. She talented. I was just like, wow.
She is hilarious. I can't wait for her book to come out. She's writing a book or a screenplay?
It's a book.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a book.
Because if the sense of humor is like her sense of humor, it's going to be so funny.
Yes. Oh, we had a good time. I can't even. Yeah, I'm so sick of that chair. I don't know what to do with that mess. We got to get a new chair for this next episode. I will not deal with that chair. You're going to get some WD-40 or something.
I was trying to do it slow.
Oh, no. You made it worse. But yeah. I would tell anybody to sit there. They made my mind expand. They made me want 20 years in the industry working together. I'm watching their relationship, how beautiful it is. Yeah. That started out them meeting at a conference. You never know. And I was like, look at this long-term relationship built out of that. I was like, wow. I learned so much. It was just beautiful.
It was amazing. Do you know, was that lightning? Do you know what I think my greatest takeaway from this whole trip was that even the greats are human.
Ooh. That's exactly right. The greats are human.
Because we're sitting there having a normal conversation. It wasn't until I was on the drive back and I'm reflecting over the whole trip that I was like, we're sitting next to people who other people are like, oh, these people are so great, and and not taking away from their greatness, but it was just neat that we were just sitting there just chillaxing.
Come on.
With these people and listening to their struggles, listening to the things that even today they're still dealing with.
Come on, still. Susie's knee.
Yeah.
Remember the fear? Will I walk?
Just different things that you find people going through. Of course, we ain't gonna disclose they business.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying the stuff that they too have to. They're just as human as we are.
Yeah.
And yet, and still, I was encouraged by the fact that they continue. Like you said, they still continue to produce.
Yeah.
They still continue to do what they're doing. And then what I'm learning is even as you talk about failure, we don't know how just being connected, what we bring to the table.
No, that's good. Yes,
And
yes. Because she kept saying how much joy I brought her. And I was like,
yeah.
did I?
And not saying that we just not being arrogant or any shape, form, or fashion, but sometimes we're so focused on their greatness that we don't understand their thirst for humility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or those
yeah.
things, and not humility the
Or
way
just
that
being
we
human.
say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having that place where I can just be me because I don't care if they expect me to fail or not. Because I wasn't thinking about if she would have fell out her chair, she wouldn't have been any less of a person to me.
Exactly.
Those weren't my motivators in that conversation. So like you said, it was just neat to even listening to Rachel. My auntie loves Hallmark. Like,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
ready to leave her. I'm like, Auntie Donna, I'm not watching another cookie cutter love. Nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody falling in love. You know exactly the formula.
Don't matter. It's how they got there.
And it's like, but you find yourself like, oh man, what happened? What went down? And it's like, I thought you didn't want to watch it, but having that experience to be able to say, I was sitting with the person who wrote that book.
Exactly.
But you were just, hey.
We went to her writing area, her nook. You know,
Yeah.
What did she call it?
I don't know.
It had a name.
Did it?
Yes,
I don't
and
know.
it has that
But
pretty
it's
lighting in
gorgeous.
there, and just like my desk, a desk,
Yeah.
a Mac computer,
They
nothing
don't
different that ain't different. That's in my office. Just sit down and write.
They gonna look up and I'm gonna be living in there. Like, where did you come from? Oh, we got to ride in Stang.
Yeah, staying. Yes. And I won't share what I know that I asked because I asked her what was something that most people didn't know about her, but it has something to do with the bathtub, and just getting those little bitty nuggets and information about her was just great. I loved getting to know her more.
So the awesome thing is that we were able to get footage of the conversation, and Joy brought to Rachel some of the questions that you guys have asked us either in Java with Joy or whatever. Whenever we were in contact with you and you asked questions,
Yeah.
she asked Rachel those same questions. And so the next couple of episodes of our podcast, we're actually going to share some of that footage, which it was a lot. So we're going to have to break it up. We're going to share some of that footage with you guys.
Oh, that's exciting. That's really exciting. Oh, and we went to church too.
We did, and there was a violinist. When I tell
Yes,
you,
he was really good.
killing the game.
He was
He
good.
was amazing.
But the sermon was good.
It was.
So
I
the
ain't
sermon
gonna
was
lie,
good.
though, I'm not gonna be super spiritual. I was super hyped about the violinist. I could not wait for him to get back up and play.
Well, I think God gives us all what we need.
I'm typically the sermon person. I am. That's like
That violinist
I
was
love
very,
it,
I ain't
but-
gonna lie, he was very good. He's very good. And the people were very, very warm, very welcoming. It was just wonderful to be in the house of the Lord with friends.
And Mike. Is it
And
Mike?
don't forget Mike.
I love Mike.
You did.
Mike was the bass player.
But then we went to Dottie's. That was a good restaurant.
Was it Dottie's?
I think that's her name. I think it was Dottie's. The little restaurant that we went to.
They were so
after
loving.
They were very loving. It was good food, great service.
Yes.
I love
amazing.
I cannot
service.
believe I didn't video that. I usually do a rolling revival video, but I was so caught up with Rachel and her husband that I missed it. But that was some of the best service
Amazing.
ever.
What was it, Dottie's?
Yeah, I want to say it was Dottie's.
Yep. We got to put a dot at the end of that conversation.
Guys, connect with us right there at www.joykmassenberg.com. Yes, we talk about the joy and the struggles, but guys, some of us just need our mindset coach to come in here and let's brainstorm together, not to write your book, but to know you better.
Yes.
to get you focused, to get into those core areas so that you can be productive.
And a joy to someone else.
Bye, guys. That's it. You finally got it after all this time.
You just